Hey you guys, it's Peter and welcome to my channel, Peter Likes Books. And I am back for a huge book club announcement and I am so excited about this. So I'm not really sure what happened. I got a lot of messages from people that said that they were very, very confused about the live stream that we had on Sunday for a true crime book club. A lot of people were like, I didn't understand the time. I didn't understand the link. I didn't get anything. Okay, so this has not changed, okay? In the entire time that we have been doing a true crime book club, the live streams have always been on YouNow. All you have to do is download YouNow, either the app on your phone or you can just type in younow.com on the computer. It is absolutely free. You don't have to pay anything. I think you do have to go in and maybe make a password login and stuff like that. But other than that, it doesn't cost anything. And then the link will take you directly to me. Or when I go live, you can search me up through Peter Monn. Okay, so my name on there is Peter Monn. You can search me up. We will always be Sundays at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It will always be Sundays, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So that has never changed. I know, it's like every single time we do a live stream, people are always like, well, I thought you said 2 o'clock, or I thought you said 1 o'clock. It's always been and always will be 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Always. Okay? So just want to make sure that we get that so that there's no confusion going forward, that it will always be 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So, yeah, so there's that. And, but I'm sorry because a lot of people missed it and they were like, oh, I was confused, I didn't understand, and all this kind of stuff. Now, I have been asked if I will come out and kind of share my opinion on what I thought about the book A Dark Night in Aurora, which was about James Holmes and the shooting in Colorado. If you guys are interested in me doing a whole separate video, doing a review, and kind of telling you guys what was said in the live stream, put that in the comment section below, and I can do a follow-up video talking about that. I didn't want to come out of the gate and do that for this whole video today because I didn't know how many people that would be watching this had also been in the live stream. So I didn't want to, bore people with, that they had already heard this and then they were going to be watching a video where they're hear basically the same thing. I did not love the book. I gave it a 3 out of 5 stars. I thought that, I'll just give you my brief summary of it. I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. I thought that the author, who was the psychiatrist that interviewed James Holmes, I thought he was very arrogant. I thought that he was putting down a lot of the other mental health professionals that had been working with James Holmes at different times, because he kind of felt like what he thought and believed was the only accurate part of that, or belief system. I also thought, and one of the things that we always do in a true crime book club is we always look at how much respect is paid to the victim. And if you read the book, what you'll know is that he started it by talking about the victims a lot, literally right out of the gate. He started talking about the victims. And then he did this, I would say, through about halfway through the book, but it wasn't through the entirety of the book. There would be in between chapters, there would be parts where he would talk about specific victims and what happened to them the night in the movie theater. But he kind of started it, and then it never, it didn't follow all the way through, and it didn't follow all of the victims. He didn't talk about the victim impact statements that were made at the trial. And so for me, I didn't feel, and I know that the purpose of the book for him was for us to kind of understand what had made James Holmes into this person that could do that, and was, this corrupted evil kind of deal. But I didn't, so for him, probably, he's like, that was my purpose of the book, was for people to understand who James Holmes was as a person and how he turned into this, this horrible killer. And so maybe the purpose wasn't so much to focus on the victims or the entirety of the story. But he started it off trying to do that, and so I felt like he kind of pulled you in, and then I didn't feel like there was any kind of resolution to that. There was nothing really at the end of the book talking about the victims or the victim impact statements, other than just saying that some of these people were in the courtroom during the sentencing and things like that. So I felt like it was a real fail on that level. The other thing is, having read the book, And, you know, at this point now, over the course of 2 years or whatever, I mean 2.5 years, we've read 24 to 30 true crime books. I've read a lot of other true crime books. I didn't feel like, there are true crime books that I can tell you that I've read that I feel like I understand, having read it, what contributed to that person having ended up being the person that they were. You know, when we read the book about American Predator, like, I really felt like I understood to some degree what made Israel Keyes, and how to, if you were somebody working with somebody like him or knew somebody like him, that you were somebody that you would see the signs maybe after having read this book or understood that. I didn't get that impression having read this book, which was the whole purpose of the book, was to understand, you know, like, if you were somebody close to a James Holmes person, that you would see the signs. Well, I didn't feel like, you know, I mean, the whole purpose of the book was, how can we prevent this in the future? And that wasn't really ever executed in the book, if that makes sense. Like, even towards the end, he goes in, and at the very end, he's talking about mental health and things like that, and it was very confusing to me what he was saying at the end. So no, I didn't love the book. I didn't feel like it was done very well, and I feel like it was just, he wanted to put his stamp on it and say, okay, I interviewed this guy for 9 hours or whatever, and this is my telling of it. So Mel, my book club partner, she also read a book by his psychiatrist that was the one that worked with him when he was in college or graduate school. And she said that that was even more interesting because it kind of gave like a completely different spin to it. So if you want to read another book, that's another option out there. So anyway, we had the live stream on Sunday. It was fantastic. I knew there wouldn't be tons of people in there because it was our first time back. I don't really even know how many people we had in there. It was like less than 20. It wasn't much, but we had so much fun, and we guested several people, and we had a really great talk, and it was so fun, and I love the live streams over there. They're so much fun. So if you want to come, we're going to do the one, obviously, towards the end of February, beginning of March. We will announce, Mel and I will have to pick a date, and then we'll announce it next week. We will announce it in the Facebook group for True Crime Book Club, and then I will also announce it on here and let you guys know when that's going to be. And like, again, that will be on YouNow with the link she'll put over there. And then it's just like younow.com/Peter Monn, I think is what it is. So anyway, and it'll be 4 p.m. on a Sunday, and we will announce the Sunday of when that's going to be. So, but I did want to come on here and let you guys know so you guys can start trying to get the book at the library or buy the book and purchase it ahead of time. We have decided which book that we are going to read for March. Now, I do want to tell you, for the April book, I don't know if Mel has put this up in the book club yet, but we are going to allow the book club to pick our April book. So she is going to put something up where she asks people for suggestions over there of what books we should read. And then from that list, we're going to pick 3 to 4 books, and we're going to do a poll. So the poll will decide which book that we are going to read for April. So it won't be Mel and I picking the book. It will be you guys picking the books, which I'm really, really excited about. Okay, so Nikki, who is an avid member of the book club, her mom recommended this book to us, and so we are going to read Missing from the Village. Here, I put the cover up here somewhere, by Justin Lang. Missing from the Village, the story of serial killer Bruce McArthur, the search for justice, and the system that failed Toronto's queer community. All right, now there are some names in here, you guys, in the synopsis that I cannot pronounce, so I'm going to kind of just probably go over those. The tragic and resonant, and I don't know anything about this case, so I am super excited to read this. And it's available on Amazon, Audible, thrift books, libraries, everywhere, okay? Which we always try to find when we're doing these books, it's available anywhere. The tragic and resonant story of the disappearance of 8 men, the victims of serial killer Bruce McArthur, from Toronto's queer community, and the failures of the social and political systems which allowed the cases to go unsolved for so long. In 2013, the Toronto Police Service announced that the disappearance of 3 missing men, and you guys, I cannot pronounce their names whatsoever, so I apologize, from Toronto's gay village were perhaps linked. On paper, an investigation continued for a year, but remained open but suspended. By 2015, investigative journalist Justin Lang had begun to put in multiple requests to speak to the investigators on the case. Meanwhile, more men would go missing, and police would continue to deny that there might be a serial killer. On January 18th, 2018, Bruce MacArthur, a landscaper, would be charged with 3 counts of first-degree murder. In February 2019, he was convicted of 8 counts of first-degree murder. This extraordinary book tells the complete story of the MacArthur murders. Based on more than 5 years of in-depth reporting, this is also a story of police failure, of how the gay community failed its own, and the story of the 8 men who went missing and the lives they left behind. In telling that story, Justin Ling uncovers the latent homophobia and racism that kept this case unsolved and unseen. This gripping book reveals how police agencies across the country fail to treat missing persons cases seriously, and how policies and laws written at every level of government push MacArthur's victims out of the light and into the shadows. And it has an average rating of 4.23, so really high ratings. I'm really excited to read this book because I don't know anything about it. I don't know anything about this case, so I really enjoy reading cases about true crime that I don't know anything about. So this, I think, should be a good one. So let me know in the comment section below if you're going to read along with us. Please, if you're going to read along with us, join the live stream because it's so much fun. Even if you don't want to guest or anything or even comment, you can just sit in there and just listen to what we have to say. Just put it on in the background, and we have so much fun in there, and we just go back and forth and we joke with each other as well. So it's really fun. You get to see Mel and I really interact together as friends, and so it's like we tease each other and stuff. It's really fun. Okay, now as far as Peter's book club for March, I have not decided on the book yet. I did finish the Courtney Summers I'm the Girl book for January, and I will be doing my review of that book here during this week sometime. Tomorrow or the next day I'll be doing that book review. And then I'm also getting ready to, I'm finishing up a cozy mystery. Well, it's kind of a cozy mystery. I'll talk about that later, but it's a cozy mystery that has a lot of sex in it. I don't know. It's not the kind of cozy mystery that I'm used to reading, but I really like it. It's called Crazy in Paradise, and it's about this girl that inherits a woman that inherits her aunt's cottage hotel in this, like, it's like Key West, but it's one of the keys in Florida that's like a made-up key. And her mom and her brother live real close to her, and anyway. So I'm like finishing that up, and when I do, I'm going to start reading How to Sell a Haunted House by Grady Hendrix, which is the February book for Peter's Book Club. And then in the next couple of days, I will pick a book for Peter's Book Club to announce for the March book, so that you guys will have those books that you can get them ahead of time and things like that. So anyway, little Boo Radley is right down here. He's excited to read. And he likes books about dogs. So anyway, let me know if you guys are going to read along with Mel and I, and if you're going to, in the True Crime Book Club, and if you're going to read along with me, put it in the comment section below. I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.